1 and 7 o'clock. With me now, Steve Melewski from MassSports.com, and he knows all about the Orioles minor league players. Let's talk a little bit about Dylan Bundy. What's the latest?
Well, Tom, 1 year ago today, Dylan Bundy had Tommy John surgery on his right elbow. So this is kind of an eventful day for the kid, who tonight will make his third start with the Aberdeen Ironbirds. And it's been going really well. You know, his first 2 starts, 10 innings, 7 hits, 1 run. He has fanned 15 batters. As you see, he's had starts against Hudson Valley, the team he'll face tonight, and the Brooklyn Cyclones. And again, 1 year out of Tommy John surgery. He's probably a little ahead of schedule. Who knows if he'll be an option for the Orioles later this year. Maybe that will come into play. But right now, Tom, I think the Orioles are happy to see him healthy, building arm strength, building innings, getting some of that touch and feel back, getting all his velocity back, which they feel will come. You know, he touched 93 and 94 in that last start.
Now, will he go like from Aberdeen to Frederick to Salisbury? Well, not Salisbury, but Frederick and then Bowie,
right.
Maybe?
You know, we're waiting to see. I mean, I think there's a chance he goes from Aberdeen to Bowie. I do think that's possible. We may know after tonight or in the next day or two. The Orioles have indicated that he would make these 3 starts at Aberdeen, tonight the 3rd, and then possibly move him to a higher level affiliate. And really, that's when I think we start looking at the results. How's he doing? How's the velocity? How are the other batters reacting to his pitches? Dylan is excited with what's happened. A lot of credit to Dave Walker, the minor league medical coordinator, who's been with him through this whole process, and really exciting. You know, if you look at the priorities for the Orioles right now with Dylan Bundy, Tom, health is number 1. Getting command back of his pitches is number 2, and the velocity is probably the 3rd and last thing to come all the way back.
Let's talk a little bit about Mike Yastrzemski. He's the grandson of Carl Yastrzemski.
He's got a famous name, and he's making a name for himself right now. You got to really be impressed with Mike Yastrzemski. He was a 14th round draft pick last year out of Vanderbilt, so he's a proud Vandy alum right now because they won the College World Series. But this kid filled up the stat sheet earlier this year at Delmarva. He had 14 doubles, 10 triples, 10 homers, and 12 outfield assists. He's really got a nice all-around game, and he was drafted by his granddad's organization, the Red Sox, out of high school, 36th round, 2009. He didn't sign. He went to Vanderbilt, so he's not a Red Sox. He's an Oriole, and the Orioles are delighted with his play. They just recently promoted him to Frederick, and he's off to a pretty good start there. He's got a really solid all-around game. There's no tools that just totally stand out, you know, or he would have been drafted higher than the 14th round. But he's doing really well for the Orioles so far.
Futures game comes up right before the All-Star game. Hunter Harvey and Dariel Alvarez are going to be a part of it. Should there have been more or not? I mean, is it a limit of 2?
Well, I don't think it's a limit of 2. Christian Walker was a 3rd one that possibly could have gone there. There are a lot of good first base prospects, but the Orioles do get 2 in the futures game. Dariel Alvarez, the native of Cuba, they signed out of Cuba, is going to play for the world team, and Hunter Harvey for Team USA. And, you know, Harvey, everybody knows about him, a top draft pick, doing really, really well. Dariel Alvarez is a kid who's doing really well, too. And, Tom, last year he was signed in July by the Orioles after he defected from the Cuban national team in January of 2013. And here it is less than 12 months later, and he's really putting up great stats in the AA Eastern League. The best tool for him is arm, believe it or not. Some teams looked at him as a pitcher when he had showcases. He has a plus throwing arm in the outfield. They're trying him in center, and people in the Oriole organization tell me his arm is about as good as Adam Jones, who has one of the best arms in the major leagues. So this kid's got a good arm. He's got some good bat speed, some power. He's an intriguing guy to look at for the Oriole outfield potentially for the future.
Check out Steve Melewski on MassSports.com.